Advancement Center. I'm Kim Stanwood Terranova, the facilitator of the Answer Is You class by Michael Bernard Beckwith. I'm so happy to be here. I'm a longtime resident at Rythmia, and I have with me someone who I'm so happy has been here this week is Helen. Helen's from England, and she is going to share with us what a brilliant week you had. Yes?
Yep, indeed.
So the fact that you said yes to coming in here and sharing is
amazing.
It's profoundly amazing. So I just need to give a little preface.
Okay. Yeah.
At the beginning of the week, Helen was in my class and was quieter than now. And now there's a shift of expression in you that your yes to be interviewed today was bold. So would you like to talk about that shift from then till now?
Yeah. So just to give some background, ever since I've been a child, I just remember I'm in fight or flight quite frequently, weekly, sometimes daily, sometimes it can be multiple times in the day. When it comes to speaking out, in a work situation, hey, go around the room, introduce yourself. It's like, doof, doof, doof. I just hear the blood pumping in my ears. And I started to take beta blockers to help this, because it was the only thing that would keep my heart rate down. And when I wasn't in fight or flight, I could have some level of being able to connect and speak. So coming to Rythmia, one of the things that I learned was that there's this sharing circle, and I thought, no way, it's like I can go into the ceremonies, everything I've read about that, I can deal with that, but I'm not sharing with no one.
Okay, I'm interrupting right here. No, this is perfect. The sharing in class, right, is that we come together in this perfect moment that I had said. Now in class, it's so important that one person shares, it helps someone around the room, right?
Okay, so she's got me on track. So anyway, so Mel was saying, by sharing, it's someone else might need to hear what it is that you're going to say, and it can help them in their journey. And I sat there thinking, I want to share, but I can't share. After the ceremonies, I found it easier because you're right in the midst of it. But then back in the class, there's like people around. It becomes very oppressive. Everything changes. My viewpoint changes. I just feel very small. And I had the courage, thankfully. I looked at Mel and just said, Kim.
It's okay.
Kim. So, exactly. So I looked and I was just like, I said, I'm scared to share. And then
but very quiet voice. You're like, I've never been able to really share because I can't get, and it was so quiet, and you kept talking. And as I kept holding energy, like, yes, you can keep speaking, you got bigger and bigger until I asked her to stand up in front of the class and to speak up. And the next thing you know, your voice went out brilliantly. Yeah. So continue.
I cried. Yes. And then, whatever you did this staring into my eyes stuff.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then I was
we held hands and we were just holding. I forgot about that.
And the thing is, when I looked in the room, so I read the TripAdvisor reviews, and I read all that about made this whole family, and again I thought, no, probably not for me. But I stood in that room, and there were people that I'd connected with. And I just saw their faces, and it was just felt such support from those guys that felt nice to be there. I didn't feel stupid, and I kind of felt okay. And afterwards, I had people just lovely, just coming up and just give me a hug, and I was like, okay, this is all right.
Since that moment, what has occurred in your life since that moment? Things have shifted.
Yeah. It's just because I think what it is, it's when they talk about rebirth and feeling like you're reborn, but because every decision I've ever made in life has been, okay, there's joy. You want to move in a direction because that's the joyous way. That's where you feel. But then I'd have a scan through, be like, no. I'm going to be. These might speak to me. I might have to speak here. I might have to do this. So I just be like, no. So it's very, when you live a life where you're constantly kind of
dodging.
Yeah, that's it. Like it's very quite you feel quite unfulfilled. So now it feels like rebirth, because now the decisions going forward, they're not going to be decisions made out of what's going to be the least scariest route to follow. And that's why I feel that's why it feels like, yes, it's a miracle, because I have really tried to work on this so much, and I do think my pre-work has helped as well.
Of course.
So today, I can't stop now. So today we had to. It was just the end of the closing group, and I was really eager to get up because I just wanted to just.
We went from quiet, can't say anything, to really eager. Through ceremony, through breath work, through class. You keep blossoming. Keep going.
And so they said, you can come up to the front. So I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to get to the front. So I just stood there. I was just like, this is a miracle that I'm up here addressing 70 people. 70 people. Can you believe 70?
Yes.
Oh my God. But one thing I want to say is, if I was watching this, and if you have the same anxieties that I have, I would be thinking, well, I don't want to put myself in a position where, I'm going to be dragged up and having to share. It's not even like that. It's like, it all is just very natural. You don't have to share. But my friend called up to check for me. I'm very nervous about this part of it. They said, no, you don't have to. They won't put you in any position you don't want to be in.
And I rarely ask somebody to stand up. There was a definite pull for us to do that.
Yeah.
We're listening to Source direct us there. So the beauty of one of your miracles, and I know you've had many, but that one's life-changing for you to know that it's everything in life shifts from this point forward. So you loved your Rythmia week. Would I say that?
Yes, it was amazing. And one of the things that they say from the beginning is go to all of the sessions. And sometimes you might feel a little bit tired. And there were times where I was like, I could miss it. There's the mandatory ones and there's some that aren't mandatory. It's like, I could miss it, but you go and then you just go, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't miss this, because there's a nugget in there which you take into ceremony, which kind of blossoms, and you just go, whoa, if I didn't get that, would I have got this? So everything is completely tailored. Everything is tailored here to lead you on this journey. And you've got to, do you know what it is? It's dedication. Just dedicate yourself to it, commit, and just say, I'm doing it, because it's a great opportunity, and what a privilege.
Well said, that you go to every class. So you love the classes. How about food? Did we fill your tummy really well?
Yeah. It's fantastic. And what I've noticed, so when I first got here, I didn't eat bad, but it's the way I was eating today, and actually Al was sitting opposite me and he was laughing because I was just like, every mouthful of this food, I was just like, this is really good. Coconut water. Well, I've got more food. So it's just, the food is great. The people are great. The shamans, oh my God. And the shaman helpers, shaman helpers as well.
Yep, absolutely.
All of these
They're
people.
Angels.
Everybody. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place.
Oh, wow. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. And you brought your wonderful, wonderful energy to us.
Yes.
I usually would ask you, what would you tell people? You just did. Brilliantly, you just did. It's beautiful.
I just need to make sure that I can shut up, because otherwise people will just be like, God's have again.
And I want to mention this because it's really exceptional when you just shared with me that Helen's a scientist.
Yes.
So to be a scientist, would you say before you came to Rythmia that very much in your head, calculating things, would that be accurate for a scientist?
Yes, yeah.
And would you say now after Rythmia, any balance between your head and your heart? Do you feel like that's occurred?
So what would I say here? Because I don't see anything wrong with the analytical, because one of the lectures we had, one of the sessions, it was Dr. Jer.
Dr. Jer.
And I'm so into wanting to read his stuff now, because he's a
brilliant.
doctor, he's a scientist as well, isn't he? So because I think science and spirituality do come together, merge really, really well.
Yes, thank you.
And it's
so the merging of science and spirituality, do you feel like that balance between head and heart is just as important?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Helen, you're a gem.
Thanks.
You have blessed Rythmia with your wonderful energy. Are you going to come back and see us? Are you going to fly back from England sometime and be back here?
Yeah, definitely.
We would love to have you. And I won't pull you up. I won't need to. I know that you'll be able to share from wherever you're at. Right? Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming to class. Thank you for being present.
That's not nerves.
So sweaty, beautiful.
And because when she asked, did I want to speak? I was like, okay. And I had to run back to my room. So I've been jogging around.
And she still looks this great.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying yes. So glad. So this is life at Rythmia Land. We love it. We have exceptional beings here and huge transformations, and we welcome you to come. Book your trip. come here soon and know that there's lots to be explored, as well as the classes and ceremony and breath work. There's so
Amazing.
much. Yes. Helen said it perfectly. Have
Yeah.
a beautiful day.
Thank you.